Hi everyone, this is your Monday morning weather report, and I promise one of these times I'm not going to start off the weather by saying we have another major winter storm on our hands, but we do. It's not a very strong storm, but it is going to be impactful, and this time it's in the deep south. So here are the headlines on that next winter storm. The winter storm warnings are all the way in the deep south. We got Arkansas, Tennessee, northern Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, all with either winter weather advisories or winter storm warnings. We got really cold air that is pushed way down into the south. And again, it's not a very strong storm. The actual low pressure system itself not strong, but it is very cold, in at least the cold air is in place. And then we also have moisture that's overriding that. So the main concerns are large areas of icing and a light to moderate snowfall on the order of about 2 to 4 inches where it does snow. And there will be some areas pretty far south where it does snow. So here's how it looks on the map. We have extreme cold that has moved into the northern plains and the western Great Lakes. We're talking about high temperatures barely getting above zero. And then, of course, the cold air has pushed all the way to the deep south. So where we have the cold air in place, that's eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and even into parts of Georgia, we have an icy mix that will be developing either, depending on where you are today or heading into tomorrow as it slides off to the east. And then north of that, we have some areas of snow. So an impactful storm because, these areas don't really have the capability to deal with icing and snow of this magnitude. Up to the north, I mentioned it's cold, 15 degrees in Grand Rapids today, that's it. 10 in Detroit, just an 18-degree high in Cleveland, 3 in Chicago, -1 in Des Moines, a big old goose egg there in Minneapolis. And it's cold even as you slide down to the south. I mean, look at this in Nashville, 24 degrees, going to be snowing today. We could really see upwards of 5-6 inches in some of the higher elevations nearby. 20 degrees in Memphis with some snow falling even there. And with the air that cold, the salt is not quite as effective. So you really need a snowplow. You need a lot of them, especially when it's snowing over a widespread area. In Grand Rapids, it's 10 this morning. Got a little bit of sun breaking through a few clouds, but it'll be mostly cloudy today. 15 for a high and then falling back into the teens later this evening. Only 13 for a high tomorrow. And then we kind of rebound a little bit, but at least in the foreseeable future, it's going to stay cold. 20s is certainly not mild, even for this point in the year. We're in the single digits again in Chicago, and again, in the foreseeable future, it is going to stay cold. So in the southeast, it's not so bad right now. 54 degrees in Atlanta. We got 52 in Charlotte. We're going to get a taste of that cold come, tomorrow, but at least for right now, it's not so bad. We got 24 high in Memphis. We talked about that, but it's 62 in New Orleans. So you got that front right here, right? 28 in Dallas. And then you got 54 in Atlanta. So you can clearly see where that front is. South of that front, it's not so bad. North of that front, it is an Arctic air mass that is in place. We're going to get a little taste of that in Charlotte as the air slides off to the east. It will moderate some, though. We're going to see temperatures in the low 40s and then hanging in the 40s through the end of the week. Another cold front comes through, and then we get our taste of winter maybe this upcoming weekend in Charlotte. 79 for a high in Fort Lauderdale. It's going to be breezy with maybe an isolated shower or two, scattered clouds as we head into this evening. Your cool air eventually arrives in the middle of the week with high temperatures only around 70 degrees. So for folks in the south, be very careful. Best idea to stay home, work remotely if you can. Avoid unnecessary travel. Roads are going to be treacherous. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning.